Hey friends, it's Suzanne Mosley with Usborne Books and More. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube at my newly named Suzanne Shares Books. You can also find me on Instagram at Suzanne_shares, and you can find me at my Usborne Books and More website, SuzanneSharesBooks.com. So I'm a classical conversations mom, and I'm excited today to share with you 4 resources for our upcoming Cycle 1 2021-2022 school year. These are 4 resources for fine art, specifically second semester when we talk about music, orchestra, composers. And this is a brand new title that just came out in March 2021. Lift the Flap, question and answers about music. We have this series in so many things: human body, animals, weather, but this is the first time we've ever had it with music. And you'll notice there's a question word at the top of each page. Why, how, who sits where in the orchestra. So awesome. So it shows you the orchestra seating, who were these singers, who was deaf when he composed some of his best work. So it's a wonderful nonfiction resource that dives deeper into music, which will be great for when we study orchestra and composers. This one is an oldie but a goodie. I always recommend it. First book about the orchestra. The sound button is on the back, and you will notice the I just turned it off. The gray discs. That's what you push, and it gives you you get to hear what those families and the orchestra sound like. And there is even at the very back, where you can scan the QR code and hear the piece that they're playing. You can hear it in its entirety. So that's just a fun one, great for recognizing different instruments and different orchestra sections. And then this one is fun for Cycle 1. This is also new. The Animal Orchestra plays Mozart. This is about it's kind of a fun book about his life. It gives you a little bit of bio about him, and the animals are playing his pieces all throughout the book. Super fun way to learn a little bit more on an age-appropriate level with kiddos about Mozart and hear some of his pieces, which are really cool. And then this is not this is a 4th resource. This is not the actual one. This is actually the Learning Raps States and Capitals, which were great for Cycle 3, but we have a new Learning Rap music theory. So if you like the Learning Raps and you want to dive deeper into music theory with your kiddos, we have those now. And the way that these work, these are keys, and you have the string. And so this one says New Hampshire, so I would wrap it around to Concord, Massachusetts. There's Boston. I would keep going around, and they're self-correcting. There's raised lines on the back, and if your child has matched those up, you know they've done those correctly. So again, this is states and capitals, but we have a new set with 4 different learning raps for music theory. So that one is on my website as well. So I hope that was helpful as we look at fine arts resources for orchestra composers. And thanks so much. And these are all available on my website, SuzanneSharesBooks.com. Thanks, friends.